Good evening. Welcome to high school football here on the Toledo Sports Network, CW 13. I'm Norm Waymer along with Steve Taylor. Tonight we're in the Northern Buckeye Conference, the 3-0 Lake Flyers here at Otsego to take on the 0-3 Knights.
Boy, I tell you what, Otsego, a real young football team, starting to find their grounds. Tell you what, the recipe for success, taking care of the football and slowing the game down, slowing down that Lake attack.
Yep, got to keep everything in front of them tonight, too.
Absolutely. That's what they want to do. They have to tackle well, especially on the outside, because Lake has a lot of playmakers on the outside.
Oh, and all starts with the quarterback, Jarrett Reddick.
Jarrett Reddick, he does it all. But I tell you what, if you look on the outside, Connor Bourne can make plays, too. These guys are loaded. He could be fun. See what happens.
Yep, you never know when you get into conference play and you get a team at home. It's the Otsego Knights hoping to pull the upset at home against the undefeated Lake Flyers. It's coming your way next here on the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13. Getting ready for kickoff here at Otsego. This game in the Northern Buckeye Conference. Lake Flyers at 3-0. Otsego at 0-3. Norm Waymer along with Steve Taylor tonight. Lake will receive the kickoff.
Kicking off the Knights will be Colin Kitchen.
Tonight's officials, referee is Mark Whitmer. The umpire is Barry Geringer. The line judge is Brandon Palutnik. The head linesman is Chad Snyder, and the back judge is Tom Hudson. Is tonight's officials.
Connor Bowen, Todd Walters back at about their own 5-yard line. This kick a line drive. Now it's picked up at about the 18-yard line. Bowen up across the 30, out near the 34, and that's where the Flyers are going to set up 1st and 10.
Connor Bowen, one of those big play guys that we talked about. And you saw right there how he just has the ability to be able to pick the football up, and good things seem to happen when he touches it.
Lake's ball 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
All right, we got an injury. Can't quite get the number.
It's like number 80.
Now he is up and he is okay.
So it'll be Hunter Martinez-Ura.
Injured player for Otsego is Aaron Roberts.
Actually, it was 87.
All right, so Lake will start off an offense 1st and 10 at their own 35. Jarrett Reddick is your quarterback. Brandon Short, number 43 at running back. Your receivers, Zach Greenlease, number 8. Connor Bowen, number 1. Todd Walters, number 10. Your tight end, Nick DeLafter, number 21. 1st and 10 for the Flyers. And Reddick on 1st down, back to throw. He's thinking about swinging it out. Still looking. Now he's got a man. 1st down, Flyers across midfield into Knights territory. Greenlease on the reception.
Right there, you see how much this kid has grown up. Norm, we've had a chance to watch him off since his freshman year. He would have taken off and run that. Right there, you see him check off, look down, look again, and he let his man work open it to the spot. He threw him open. That's just a heads-up play by a cerebral nature quarterback.
26-yard gain on 1st down. Reddick with a handoff. This is short. Another first down for the Flyers to the 26-yard line.
Brandon Short on the carry for the Flyers.
Great blocking at the point of attack. Jimmy Urias, offensive lineman, 6'2", sophomore, opened up that hole there.
At the Otsego 26-yard line.
Two plays, 2 first downs for the Flyers. In motion goes Walters to the right. Reddick to roll out. Looking, gonna throw, incomplete. Greenlees couldn't hang on. I think it was tipped.
Well, I tell you what, that's just great design on that. They overload that right side of the line, and they give him a run-pass option. He can either throw short, intermediate, or deep. He chose the intermediate route. Just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, I think that Brendan Shaw, number 14, got a finger on it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And Bone will get the call offside. Hit near the line. Didn't get much. Initial penetration, Dalton Limes, the freshman.
Well, I tell you what, he's comes from a big-time family of Limes that have played sports here. But he was first to the football, but he brought a host of his comrades with him.
So 3rd and 9 for the Lake Flyers, first drive of the game. And I think this is a big defensive play here for the Knights.
It's a huge 3rd down.
And Reddick back to throw. Looks over the middle, nothing there. Looking to the left, rolling, throws. Got a man inside the 30. Nice move, first down. It's your tight end to Laughter.
Jared Reddick's pass completed to Nick DeLauder.
Reddick again, the cerebral nature right there as he's patient with the football. Last year he would have been willing to either get rid of it or take off and run. And right there, by him just buying a little extra time, letting the linebackers drop a little bit deeper and throw up under them and let your running back run to the spot and get the first down.
Now give some credit to the Hog Mollies up front for giving him plenty of time.
Absolutely.
First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Reddick to throw. Throws on a run, got him in the end zone, touchdown. That's Greenlees.
That's pitch and catch right there. Just wise design right there. Nice play design. They roll a pocket. This time they roll it right, and they send Greenlees across, and man, that's just tough. That's tough to cover, Norm. I mean, it's tough to cover in space.
It is, and you don't see a lot of quarterbacks at this level that are that accurate on the run at throwing the football. Extra point to come. Duncan with the kick, and it is good. 9:54 to go first quarter. Lake strikes first. It's the Flyers 7, Otsego nothing. We'll be back. It's the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladio.
Gladio Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladio is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladio Home Center.
Pub 51 is just a great neighborhood bar and grill. They're about as close to being all things to all people as I've seen. They have a miniature bowling league, and they take that pretty darn seriously. Oh, and a dartball league, and a cornhole league, and a pool league. They have a lot of leagues. Pub 51 has a big outdoor patio, too. Well, their pizza and food are reasonably priced, too. Give Pub 51 a try. They're on Woodville Road, just a half-mile east of the Woodville Mall.
Kickoff for the Flyers.
7-0 Flyers with the lead over Otsego on the first drive. They go 66 yards in just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And one thing Otsego, if they have any chance tonight, when they get a 3rd and long, that's when they got to stop them.
I mean, you really have to get off the field and really do yourself a favor. Now, the other thing that they're going to have to do, Norm, is they have to shorten the game. And what I mean by that is they have to continue to get first downs, running the football, churning out first down after first down, and try to shorten this game.
On the return, Trent Soto across the 25 out near the 27-yard line. All right, big thanks to our sponsors. Without you guys, we could not do this and bring this to all of you. IBW Local 8, also UA Local 50. A big thanks to Pub 51 on Woodville Road. A special thanks for bringing the Lake students in with their own station on the Toledo Sports Network.com. TAS Electronics, Burger Bar 419, thank you all. First down, and a handoff up the middle. Tersha going to get close to a first down.
But Riley Tersha really moved the power right there, but great design. Again, misdirection, little wing T action. And the thing that Lake is, they see this a couple of times a year when they play the Genoas and the Eastwoods of the world, so they should be well schooled and well prepared for that. But what that does, it makes you become very, very stout in your defensive assignment. You have to stick with your assignment.
Yeah, your basic wing T, flex bone, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of different variations. Otsego going to run that tonight. On first down, trying the right side. Donald Hardison on the carry with a couple to the 41.
I think defensive line got good push at the point of attack. Now, if you're Otsego, this is your money play. It's 2nd and long. You have to stay out of 3rd and long. You want to keep yourself in 3rd and manageable.
Yep, you want to keep the drive alive. You want to keep the clock rolling. Second and 8. Now this is Hardison around the right side this time. And he got about a yard, and it sets up a 3rd and long.
Jason Parker, the cornerback over there, stayed with it, beat his block, and forced the runner back inside. And that's what he has to do, because if he gets outside, well, that's where you're going to have good sailing on trying to get to the outside. It's going to bring up the 3rd and long, what we're talking about. So it's 3rd and 6.
And exactly where Lake wants Otsego to be. 3rd and about 7, actually. Handoff up the middle, going to be a first down. Tersha found a crease.
Boy, really did good push right there by the right side of that offensive line.
Stop is made by Brandon Short and Connor Bowen.
The jet sweep really got the defense extended laterally, and they hit them straight ahead, and they keep that clock ticking, and the sticks moving.
That might be the biggest thing, the sticks moving, Steve.
Sticks moving.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Knights at the Lake 47. First guy this time.
Hardison on the carry.
Hardison around the right side really couldn't get around the corner.
Well, what they're starting to find out is the Lake Flyers are very fast sideline to sideline. And I think, Norm, if they're going to have success, they're going to have success between the tackles, as we've seen that so far. But, you know, you have to continue to at least make them respect you on the edges. So I get it, because they're starting to extend the field before you hit them with those quick hitters.
Could not agree with you more. Because eventually they'll start stacking guys in the box.
Exactly.
But as long as it's working now. Second down, it's still about 10. This is Hardison again on the misdirection. And back to the line of scrimmage again. Therein lies the problem. We've seen that the last couple of weeks in different games. They will start stacking guys into the box, and until you can find a way to get them to take somebody out, they're going to stay there.
All night. That's when those defenders start to lick those chops, man, and they really start to water at the mouth and get after it.
I mean, it's one of the things for all you guys at home to be watching. See how many guys that Lake commits into the box. And even you see the defensive back, number 24, sneaking in there too. Really, they got nearly everybody in the box. On third down, this is Soto, and Soto's stacked up, going to lose a yard, and there'll be a punting situation on fourth down.
Norm, those double handoffs are long developing plays, and against a defense like that that's really starting to attack the football, it's really tough to catch them by surprise and try to gash them.
Especially if the defense plays its assignments. If they don't over-pursue, if they don't get caught up in the misdirection, then you have a very difficult time offensively. So the Knights will punt this away on fourth down. Will Varner to kick it away. And he gets it off. Short kick, wobbly kick. Going to bounce at the 30-yard line. It's only going to be about a 17-yard punt. All right, we'd also like to thank some more of our sponsors. Genoa Bank tonight. We thank you guys very, very much. Genoa Napa Auto Parts, your local auto store located on State Route 51 in Genoa. When it's time to prepare your car for the upcoming winter in Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wiper blades. 419-855-7748. And also Mike Jameson created video imagery. We always got to thank the boss. First down for the Flyers. Handoff. Greenlees gets the call this time. About 2 to the 31, but that was snuffed out.
I tell you, good job right there, sticking in there. Finishing it off was Trent Soto.
Second down and 8 for Lake.
And bring up 2nd and 8.
Flyers at their own 31, leading 7-0, 4:22 to go first quarter. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, Reddick back to throw. Under some pressure, but steps up, throws on the run, and look at that. At the 40-yard line, and this could go. Connor Bowen at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 69-yard strike, Reddick to Bowen.
Pass completed for Connor Bowen for the Lake touchdown.
Norm, they sent a blitz. And Reddick sees the blitz come up, steps up in the pocket, and the dime that he threw down the sideline over the cornerback and in front of the safety was just flat out sick. That's a nice look.
In a good way, yes.
SIC.
Well, it's again, as I mentioned on the first drive, that throwing on the run and being so accurate at it makes it very difficult to defend. Extra point is up, and it is good. 4:07 to go first quarter. It's the Lake Flyers 14 and Otsego nothing. We'll be back. It's the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices. To do the job right, UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
I always thought I wanted to be on TV. I didn't think it would end my career.
You can't always stop a thief, but a security DVR from TAS in your vehicle can help you capture them. Discreet, motion-activated, always vigilant. For as little as $149 installed, you get a real sense of security.
I almost got away with it.
TAS Electronics, it's hot.
The Flyers to kick off with a 14-0 lead. One of the keys that we mentioned, Steve, early on, got to keep everything in front of you. And it did not happen on that throw. Soto back across the 20, broke a tackle across the 30, and out to the 33-yard line.
Nice return by Soto. But, again, going back to the touchdown, you know, a lot of that is the director of the symphony, and that would be Jared Reddick. I mean, this guy, you do everything right defensively, you know, and when he starts to take off, you instinctively start to move up to the line of scrimmage, and that's when he has you. He has the ability to throw on the run, and he throws darts on the run.
Well, because he could run, too. I mean, that's the other issue. And when you run deep patterns, then you take those defensive backs downfield, and it gives Reddick plenty of room to run if that's what he wants to do. Trying to play action, not going to work. Sack in the backfield. Lucas Lombardo, one of the first ones in there.
Tackle was made by Lucas Lombardo. Brings up a 2nd and 18 for the Knights.
Well, once again, when the defense doesn't buy the fake and they don't buy the misdirection.
Well, you have to do something to get them to respect that outside.
It makes it really difficult. Batting in under center on a 2nd and 18. This is Tersha. And he's been the one effective runner tonight. Picked up 6 on that play, but it's still going to leave a 3rd and 12. Tersha's got 3 carries for 29 yards. The rest of the offense is at -6.
When you set yourself up in 3rd and 12, it makes it real difficult. Another 3rd and long. What can the Knights dial up?
Flyers come into this game 3-0. Wins over St. Joe Central Catholic 54-15, Northwood 50-7, and at Ottawa Hills last week 42-6. Handoff Tersha on 3rd down. Got a couple, but well short of the first.
Stop is made by Austin Hess and Breaking Williams.
So that brings up 4th down now. Now you're in a dilemma. Okay, do you go for it or do you? Well, it looks like they're going to send the punting team out. You know, if it's 4th and short, why not go for it?
Flyers season is really going to be week 6 and week 7. Home against Eastwood and at Genoa. And there's no question that they got those start on the schedule. The Knights to kick it away. Better kick this time, end over end. Going to bounce at the 40, angled toward the sidelines and out near the 31. And if they mark it there, it's a 35-yard kick and no return. That's exactly what you want. That's a terrific high school punt.
It is. You get them out, you know, but, you know, now you face that dilemma again. Here comes that guy.
Parents, this is a reminder that
well, when you start committing guys, Steve, and you start blitzing and you don't get there, you know what happens.
Behind the stadium.
It's tough. When you don't get, you allow him to step up in the pocket.
When you bring people and you don't get there, he's going to find somebody. And Reddick back to throw again, a bubble screen. Here it comes, Bowen. 40, 45, and tripped up at the 46. Enough for the first down.
But you know, that is the stuff that make coaches stay up late at night, Norm. You know, you put your team in the right defense there. They rush 3, they drop 8 in the umbrella. They're in the perfect defense to defend that bubble screen, and he still gets 12 yards to move the sticks.
Reddick already 5 of 6 for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Handoff short Flag flies. Would be a first down, but I get a feeling it's going to come back.
Yeah, this is going to come back.
Usually in the area of holding, and there it is.
Referee Mark Whitmer calls just that.
Preliminary calls holding against Lake.
That's what I like to call the on-back play. That's where all the officials go.
Come on back.
Come on back.
Come on back. Now, if you're Otsego, here's a perfect opportunity for you to really get after him. I don't know, rushing three is not getting it done. I mean, Norm, everything they've done really has really been tough tonight.
Well, in a game like this, too, if you're Otsego and you're trying to pull the upset, you got to force turnovers. Or you make Reddick try to make a play he's not ready for. That fumble.
Yeah, speaking of forcing turnovers.
May have done it. Still didn't get a signal, but I think Otsego's got the football.
Logan Beardsley lands on it and he comes away with it. But what they do right there, Norm, is they send two linebackers up the A gap. And then what they do is they spy with the linebacker. And they really sent more than they could block there. And it was a bad exchange. And the Knights come away with the football, just what the doctor ordered.
I'm not sure who you credit the fumble with on that play.
I didn't quite catch where it went. Did it go from exchange from the quarterback to the running back? In any event, the Knights have it, 1st and 10.
Yeah, it really looked like a broken play. This is Hardison.
Donald Hardison on the carry for the Knights.
Gain of about 5.
And this is more of what they've been doing successfully, running the ball between the tackles, not trying to challenge the outside. I think they need to get back to that, Norm. Let that clock tick, shorten this game. And they're getting close to the red zone.
Well, and when you do get a turnover, you got to capitalize.
Yeah,
I mean,
have to get points.
You're only going to get so many chances in a game like this. This could be the final play of the quarter. Up the middle, Tertia, close to a first down near the 20, and that's going to end the first quarter. Got 12 minutes in the books. It's Lake 14, Otsego nothing, but the Knights with a chance here on this drive. We'll be back. It's the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
Burger Bar 419. Our heart is good flipping burgers and sides. It's the quality, taste, and love put into everything we serve that sets us apart from the others. It's the comfort food we were brought up on with a fresh hip twist. Simple, fresh, and delicious offerings for everyone, meat eaters and vegetarians. Our soul is our support for local business. Our fresh beef is ground by the butcher 200 feet from our front door. Burger Bar 419. Good flippin' burgers.
Brad Sutphin, 419-345-5566, and RE/MAX Preferred Associates can help you find the perfect house or help with you selling your property. For over 22 years, Brad Sutphin has been able to help with all of your Northwestern Ohio real estate needs. Call him today at 419-345-5566. You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
Second quarter ready to go at Otsego here on the Toledo Sports Network, CW 13. Norm Waymer, Steve Taylor tonight. Lake 14, Otsego nothing, but Otsego into the red zone. We're going to call it third and very short. Less than a foot, actually. And officials stop things. And now they start things. And now we got movement up front.
Well, they tried to anticipate the snap right there, and they started. You saw them overload the A gaps on each side. Try to anticipate that snap count, anticipating a quarterback sneak, which it looked like it was going to be.
And for those of you who did not play football at Bowser, then the A gaps would be either side of the center. B gaps would be the next gaps, either side.
I know. I usually explain that, and that's.
I'm here to break things down.
Well, that's why we make a good team, Norm.
First down at the 15. Tersha had some good running on the inside. Inside the 10, down close to the 8-yard line.
But the interior of the Otsego Knights are doing a good job at pushing the power forward. But I like how Tersha right there sticks his foot into the ground and makes one cut. You get one cut, and you see him cut the daylight. He gets a big gainer, 7 yards. And this is what they want to do, continue to run between the tackles.
6 carries, 44 yards for Tersha. The rest of the offense, -1. 2nd and 3. Not sure what happened there.
Well, Batten dropped the football right there at the center exchange, had to pick it up and try to get what he could out of that.
Or tried to just get back the line of scrimmage.
What he does is going to set up 3rd and short. Really, Norm, you're in 2-down territory right here.
Oh, no question. No question. When you get down here, you got to get 6. I did not see the Otsego kicker warming up. I did see the Lake kicker, and this would be well within the Lake kicker's range. 3rd and 3. Tersha going to get the call again. And it got through and into the end zone, touchdown.
One thing you won't do is arm tackle Tersha. He tried to arm tackle him right there in the hole. And Tersha just spun off of it and took it the distance and reaches pay dirt. And a little cannon music goes off in celebration of the Tersha.
I saw him go into the pile and then saw him come out the other side of the pile.
Just what the doctor ordered for Otsego. They had just given the ball back to Lake. They got a turnover, got a short field, and they took it in, and they'll line up to kick the extra point.
And that kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:38 to go in the second, Otsego on the board, trailing Lake 14-7. You're watching the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
The Big Apple Deli has all the food for your next party or get-together. The best subs, salads, soups, pasta, party trays, and great lunch and dinner specials. The Big Apple Deli, 2118 Woodville Road, has got you ready for all your party needs, or just stop out for a great lunch.
Otsego to kickoff. Lake with a 14-7 lead. This is Todd Walders. 25-30. Can he get around the corner? Got one guy to beat, stepped in front of him, and he's going to go the distance.
The thing that he did that I like, Norm, is he protected the football until he got into the end zone. How many times do you see kids go into celebratory mode too soon and get caught from behind and fumble it?
Well, he got good blocking, but he made some of that on his own. And that's just a crusher for Otsego, who had just scored a touchdown of their own. And then you give one right back up on the kickoff.
Well, that really hurts.
I don't know if we can take a look at that on replay. Maybe we can after the extra point. Kick is up and good, which will give Lake the 21-7 lead.
That just deflates you, totally deflates a football team. Well, that sideline was jubilant just 20 seconds ago, and following one play, right there they're getting the stern talking to from the special teams coach.
Well, it's the big play again, and it's easier said than done to be able to try to keep that all in front of you.
And that was part of the spotlight at the beginning of the game, what they needed to do to be successful tonight. Well, one, they needed to eliminate turnovers. Well, they've done that by and large so far. But the other thing, they had to stop big plays. Well, Lake has 2 touchdowns, 2 big plays. The other drive was more methodical, but the big play over the top, the long touchdown pass, and then the kickoff return.
Well, you mentioned, too, in the pregame that you got to tackle. And that's a play where you got to wrap him up. But big credit to Walters for breaking a couple of tackles. Had a nice cut back to the inside. And the Flyers now up 21-7. 10:23 to go, second quarter. Adam Duncan to kick off. And I'll kick it down near Trent Soto at the 5. 15-20. Hit at the 25 and down.
Trent Soto on the kickoff return for the Knights.
And Soto came out of that like he was shot out of a cannon, Norm.
Nice return. Even with the cannon going off.
First and 10, Otsego from their own 32-yard line.
Well, if you're the Knights now, you just got to play and go back to work. You got to forget about the last play and just go back to work.
It's business as usual. You roll up your sleeves. You've been successful running the football. I'd continue to do that. I expect to see them continue to pound it right at them.
Oh, and that one right side.
Trent Soto on the carry for Otsego. Stop was made by Jared Reddick.
He handed off to Soto. I thought he handed off to Dalton Limes there for a second.
For the Knights.
No gain on the play.
There it goes, and I'll tell you what, that's just nice push right there by interior of the Flyer defense.
2nd and 10. And you can see 10 guys creeping into the box. Little swing pass, complete left side. Soto out of the backfield. We'll get across the 35 out to near the 36.
That's called a safe, Norm. You just throw a little safe pass, and what you do is you try to get 2 things. You try to get that defense to respect the outside and the edges, try to get them from creeping in so much, but then you start to get your quarterback some sense of rhythm right there. You see him throwing on rhythm right there, just a little safe pass. That's a long handoff right there.
But it's an effective way to get the ball to the outside. They ran that play quite a bit in the warm-ups. Third and 5. And that looked like Tersha, and once again with all the defenders stacked up in the middle, that didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere. Colin Lloyd was down there. He was there with a host of other Lake Flyers and hanging on for dear life. But the Flyers read it. They anticipated what was coming at them defensively, and they really, really reacted well. They're going to force the 4th down, and looks like another punt.
First negative carry by Tersha.
And Todd Brothers back deep for the Flyers.
Even though the play before that had gone to the outside, you still haven't earned the defense's respect on that yet.
You didn't, especially when they're looking for you to run to your bread and butter on the inside. Football is a game of adjustments, and the Lake.
High snap, here comes the pressure, but he just got it away. Waller's going to let it bounce at the 42. It'll take a Lake roll back to the 43, and I think a Flyer touched it. Let's see if they give it to Otsego.
That's what happened. It kicked
That's
off
what I saw. Did the officials see it?
They're going to discuss it.
We'll get it.
Just like good officials should. And they should come out of this pointing toward the Otsego Knights because it went off of a Lakes Flyers foot.
Well, we saw that. We had a pretty good angle on it. Now, I'm not sure if any of the officials did. They can't call it if they didn't see it.
Well, I did tell Mark Whitmer he could come up here and see replay if he needed to.
They don't have that at the high school level. It's a very long discussion.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. That's the end of the play, and all we saw was the end of it.
Well, there's a procedure call on the Knights. I don't know what that would be.
Penalty call, illegal procedure against the Knights.
Yeah, it obviously hit the foot of the Lake Flyers.
Yeah,
you can
right
see
there.
in the
You
replay.
saw it right there go off the foot of the Flyer. But in any event, it's going to be a wash. It's going to be a procedure, and we're going to go back, and we're going to step off 5, and we'll kick it again.
Well, I didn't see a flag down there. So that's a tough break for the Knights. I'll make it 4th and 12, and we'll kick it all over again.
Oh, and that one goes over his head.
Yeah, you just got to cover it at this point. And you're going to give Lake 1st and 10 at the Otsego 5.
Wow. What a turn of events.
It's a loss of 26 yards.
1st and 10 Lake at the Otsego 5-yard line.
And the Flyers waste very little time getting up to the line.
Reddick out of the gun. Option, right. Short. Did not quite get there.
Brendan Short on the carry for the Flyers.
A nice read by the Knight defense.
Stop is made by Aaron Roberts.
Short.
Out of bounds at the 3.
Second and goal from the 3-yard
Wow,
line.
it looked like Otsego was going to get their second turnover. And instead, it ends up being Lake inside the Otsego 5. Short the lone setback. Greenlee's in motion to the right. Reddick will hand it off to Short. Right side, got a block from Greenlee's. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown.
Brendan Short on the touchdown run for the Flyers.
You know, the defense has so much respect for the Reddick passing game, and rightfully so. He draws so much attention that it allows other playmakers to make plays, and we saw that right there with Short. I mean, we've seen a number of playmakers, and we said that in the open, Norm. Lake has a plethora of playmakers.
Duncan with the extra point. Out of the hold of Jacob Reddick, and it is up, and it is good. 7:13 to go in the second. It's now Lake 28, Otsego 7. We'll be back on the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons is your gateway to great food and fun. A tropical-themed restaurant that offers a unique dining experience where you create your own stir-fry from your choice of meats, seafoods, veggies, seasonings, and our signature sauces. The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons, a touch of the islands right here in Toledo. Join us for lunch and dinner. The Blue Pacific Grill, Levis Commons, Perrysburg.
$7:13 to go, second quarter. Lake a 28-7 lead over Otsego. Duncan to kickoff. We'll squib it down, and it's going to roll out of bounds. So we'll toss a flag on that one. And Otsego will get pretty good field position. Thanks to our sponsors once again, IBEW Local 8, also UA Local 10, or Local 50, I should say. UA Local 50. Pub 51 on Woodville Road, and a special thanks to Pub 51 for bringing the Lake students in with their own station on the Toledo Sports Network, ToledoSportsNetwork.com.
Procedure penalty against Lake gives Otsego the ball, 1st and 10 for their own 35.
TAS Electronics, Burger Bar 419, Genoa Bank, and also Genoa Napa Auto Parts. Thank you all very much. First down at the 35. That running has gotten harder and harder up the middle.
Well, the point that we were making earlier before that punt went awry was, football is a game of adjustments, and the Flyer defense has adjusted. And what they've done, they had real wide gaps, but what they've done with their big fellas is they're starting to close those gaps a bit. And what they're doing is they're pushing the linebackers. You're starting to see them inch a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, and they're anticipating that inside run, so they're shutting off that A gap. The Flyers are going to have to do something to really the Knights are going to have to attack the Flyers from the outside, not from the inside.
All right, 2nd and 8 for the Knights. That's going to be snuffed out the backfield. Soto never got back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple back to the 35. The Flyers played their assignments well. If you got a wedding coming up in the planning, holiday events, you need a DJ, check out Mike Jameson, creative video imagery. You can give him a call at 419-514-1302. Mike's been doing it for close to 150 years.
I thought it was 151, but
Mike's been doing it a long time and one of the best at it. Creative video imagery, 419-514-1302. 3rd and 10 for the Knights. Here comes the blitz. Throw it out the left side. Pass is complete. That's Kitchen to the tight end.
Well, if you're going to send a blitz, Norm, you have to tackle well on the outside because there's nothing out there but you, so you really have to contain well. The Flyers did just that. Those DBs are more than capable to come up and knock down a ball carrier.
And just 2 yards on the completion to Kitchen will make it 4th and 8. Well, one of the things the Knights haven't done also is they've tried to stretch the field a little bit side to side, but they have not tried to stretch it vertically at all. And I know it's not necessarily their game, but
you got to take a shot or two and make the defense respect you.
High snap, but Varner brought that one down. Walters with a fair catch at the 32-yard line.
Brothers makes a fair catch of Will Varner's punt. The late ball, 1st and 10.
So 4:37 to go here in the 2nd quarter. We're at Otsego High School tonight. Beautiful facility. Multi-sports complex. Solid basketball coach Jim Bosdorf a little earlier. We go way back. Here's Reddick on 1st down and incomplete. Through the hands of DeLaughter, and he had plenty of room to run.
And that was the problem because he started running before he reeled that football in.
Just didn't see it all the way in, and I think he took a peek to see where he was going. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you, Reddick pulls the trigger quick when he makes a decision.
Well, the best in the area, there's no question. 2nd and 10, and Reddick again. Here's this bubble screen again to Bowen. Bowen cutting it all the way back across. Good defense by the Knights, who really never gave him an opportunity to cut it upfield.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to run that bubble screen, it has to be blocked well on the outside. You can't cut back to where the pursuit is coming from, and that's what Bowen tried to do. He tried to cut back to where the pursuit is. Look at the angles right here. Look at how many Knights are over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. That's a great block there, but you're running him to where your defenders are.
And Bowen needed to cut it upfield immediately and didn't do so. 3rd and 10. Reddick, the throw. Here's Bowen. No, this is Walters complete. It's going to be short of the 1st down as he got stood up at the 42 and about a yard short of the 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want if you're the Knight defense. You have to come up, we talked about that, Norm, and tackle well. They did just that. Reddick just gets rid of it, gets into his playmaker's hands and try to allow him to make a play. Here's the biggest play of the night so far for the Knight defense.
Limes and Soto on the tackle. Now we'll see what the Flyers do on 4th down. And they will go for it at their own 42. And this is where the Knights have to hold. Greenlee's in motion. Reddick will hand it off. Short left side, plenty of room, and gonna bust it. 35-30 and down near the 25. Riley Tersha saved the touchdown.
You just sit here and you chuckle because look at that. Look at that. It's a great block. Look at the kick out block right there. But all of this was set up because of the fear that the defense had in Jared Reddick. Short was the last guy that they were even concerned with. They were concerned with Reddick. He draws so much attention to your defense.
So 1st and 10 Flyers at the Otsego 22. We got 2:43 to go in the half. Reddick with the play action fake. Got to swing it out short. 20, 15, 10 down the sidelines. Cut it in, touchdown. Even when it looked like Reddick was in danger of getting sacked, he found Brandon Short, his little safety valve, and it ends up being a 23-yard touchdown.
No, he knows this. He knows that check down is there. If you watch him, he invites the blitz in. Watch right here. He invites the blitz in. He holds on to it at the last minute. He knows he has a check down there. That's a great design. Look at that out there. You got the big fella blocking out front. Look at the big fella out front. Kick out block right there by number 53 for Lake. That's Andrew Abbey. He's the finishing off block. Just great design by the Lake Flyer offense.
And a good hustle to get downfield. Extra point is good, so with 2:32 to go in the half, it's now Lake 35 and Otsego 7, and we'll be back on the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
Winter's here, and that means getting all bundled up to get into your ice-cold car. Let the experts at TAS Electronics heat you up. Nobody has sold and installed more car starters than the professionals at TAS Electronics. We are Toledo's remote starter expert. Let TAS turn your vehicle into a toasty, warm ride with a new remote car starter or heated seat for as low as $129 installed today. Keep warm all winter long with TAS.
TAS Electronics. Feel the power. TAS Electronics. It's hot.
It'll be taken by Soto up across the 30 and out near the 35.
Trent Soto on the kickoff return for the Knights. Stop is made by Nick DeLauder and Austin Hess.
So Otsego will have 2:22 to go to get back on the scoreboard.
The Deuces are wild here, and they will get to the second half kickoff, so it would be in their plans to try to get something, again, inside handoff.
Tersha hard running on the inside. Got close to the 40-yard line.
Tackle was made by Austin Roos. Brings up a second down and 6 for the Knights.
$150 and counting until the half. Out of the shotgun this time. This is the first time we've seen this tonight. Batten to throw, tipped, and almost intercepted.
They try to spread out the defense right there, giving them a different look. And we saw some of this look, especially in warm-ups, down going toward this end of the field.
Thanks to Genoa Napa Auto Parts tonight, your local Auto Store located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your car for the upcoming winter season. And at Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wiper blades. 419-855-7748. 3rd and 5 for the Knights. Play action fake, Batten to throw, tried to swing it out, but incomplete for Hardison. And that, what caused the hurried throw was number 9, Drayton Williams.
And Drayton Williams came over there, and he had bad intent. 6'2", 210-pound linebacker, and boy, did he lay the lumber when he got there. So another 4th down and another kicking situation.
Good kick. Waller's back, gonna let it bounce. And it takes a nice Otsego roll to about the 20-yard line. 40-yard kick with no return. You know, my old radio partner, Paul Mahalik, and Paul coached here at Otsego a number of years ago, and of course I'm a Lake grad, so every year we kind of had a burger or whatever you want on the on this outcome, and I'm a little curious as to whether this carries over.
I think it should.
Yeah, but will Paul pay off? That would be the.
Long as we eat, I don't care. You notice I said we, right?
Yeah, it turned into we there for somehow, and you went to Bowser, so I don't know how that plays in here.
I like to eat. It doesn't matter.
All right, Reddick on 1st down, looking for more. Here comes that bubble screen again. Bowen, not much this time. Got about 2 as the clock continues to tick at 1:15.
Now, if I'm Otsego right now, I'm not sitting back in zone. I'm going to continue to attack defensively because Reddick is the type of quarterback, it doesn't take him long to put points on the scoreboard. So I would continue to attack him, and I really would try to make him uncomfortable in this minute that's left in this contest, in this first half.
Otsego's defended that bubble screen pretty well tonight. Reddick, the throw. Bowen stayed in bounds, got the 1st down before getting pushed out of bounds. Stops the clock at 48.3. Picked up of 11.
Kind of Bowen has sweet feet. You see right here, that's just a good pitch to the outside. But watch his feet. Look at him right here. Swoop, excuse me, as he continues to go down the sideline, and he scurries out of bounds.
Reddick's now 10 of 12 and had that one drop. Back to throw again. Look at him throw on the run. His receiver slipped down and incomplete. Walters tried to stop, and one of his feet didn't want to. And that throw on the run was on target.
The base that he throws from, Norm, I tell you what, his footwork is improved so much since he's been here at Lake. They've done well with his mechanics, and you're right, he throws accurately and strong on the run.
Hand off on 3rd down, and this is shut down by the Otsego defense, and a good stop.
Brandon Short, the ball carrier.
Short going to pick up 2, and it'll be 4th down, and we'll see if they have to run another play.
Stop for the Knights. Brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Flyers.
I should say that brings up 3rd down and about 8. My mistake. And the final snap of the half. Reddick to throw. Walters juggles. Got it. And 1st down, but it's going to end the half. 20-yard gain. And they'll head into the locker room. 35-7 Lake with the lead over Otsego. We'll take time. We'll come back. 3rd quarter coming up. Toledo Sports Network, CW 13.
Dan R's Automotive Service Center, 4041 Navarre Avenue, has been servicing the area since 1981 for all your automotive service needs. Dan R's Automotive Service Center, world-class service, hometown people. 419-693-6141.
Back we are on the Toledo Sports Network, CW13, Norm Waymer, Steve Taylors. We're about ready for the third quarter. Lake 35 and Otsego 7. And the Flyers to kick off. Good kick, booted down to Soto. Back up across the 20, try to cut it to the outside, 25. Can't quite get around the corner, but a pretty good return across the 30 out near the 34.
Man, it really was a nice run right there. Now, if you're Otsego, you want to forget about that first half. I know it's tough, but you want to forget about it. And what you want to do is get back to doing the basics, the little things, moving the chains, continue to get positive yards on first down. If you're going to throw the ball, Norm, first down is the down to throw it with this young football team. Let's see the adjustments that were made at halftime and who made them best.
Well, you can learn a lot about your team's character in an instance like this, too. Tersha on first down, I believe.
Riley Tersha on the carry for the Knights. Stop is made by
Well, they marked the kickoff at the 31. Tersha picked up about a yard to the 32. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Knights. Artists in the ball carrier.
Continue to try to pound the inside and trying to move the rock. It's going to bring up a third and about, make it 8.
Yeah, about 7. Well, I got to get to the 41, so really, let's say 3rd and 6 here. And this is one of the problems of a ground-based offense. Now, if you can't throw the ball, deep, you can't throw the ball deep. That's what you got. But when you're trailing, you just can't score points in a hurry. Patton swings it out. Soto close to a first down, and a flag flies. Might have a late hit.
I think you're right. Soto comes in and with his determined nature, right there, you see it's just a short swing pass right there, and Soto just turns it up.
Now this is going to be on Otsego. Dead ball personal foul on Otsego, and that's something you just can't do when you're trailing 35-7.
Well, that's a good news, bad news situation. The bad news is you're going to lose the yards. The good news is you picked up the first down, so it's going to be first down, but you're moving backwards.
Right. 8-yard gain, and then a mark off of 15 on the personal foul. So it was a late hit, but it was on Otsego.
And they continue to discuss. Going on down there, and we're back to action.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 28. Every yard is a hard-fought yard now for Otsego. Tersha up across the 30. Out near the 32, maybe the 33.
Tersha seems to be the most determined Otsego ball carrier tonight.
5'10", 165-pound senior.
He's got tough yards here tonight.
Yeah, he's a tough young man. 2nd and 5 for the Knights. And Tersha again. Only about a yard this time.
Riley Tursha, the ball carrier. Drayton Williams on the tackle. Third down and 2 for the Knights.
So here we go back to third down again, but it's third and very manageable.
Yeah, third and about 2, so that last gain was about 3. 35-7, Lake with the lead over Otsego.
Inside handoff, nothing doing.
Nope, and Pat's all around from the defense.
Riley Tursha on the carry. Austin Roos.
And once again, you try to get them to
Brings up a fourth down and 5.
open up the middle, and you have to do something offensively to open that up.
So now you kick it away. Brandon Short was one of the guys there. Also, there was Drayton Williams.
14 carries, 65 yards for Tursha, so he's had a pretty nice night. Here comes the pressure, gets it away. Good kick. Fair catch called by Walters, dropped it, picked it back up at the 32-yard line. He had some room to run if he wanted to.
Next ball, first and 10.
It's going to pick him up, and we'll get a chance to look at that very, very stellar Lake Flyer attack.
All right, first and 10 for the Flyers. Reddick swings it out on first down. Greenlees 40-45 and down. And he was one broken tackle for maybe still running.
But one thing I noticed, Norm, is the wide receivers for the Lake Flyers do a good job at blocking for each other. And we see on the outside, Connor Boyne sets a good block for Greenlees to gain a big one there. But these guys block well for each other. You know, put Walters in that mix as well.
Handoff, short. Fights his way for about 3 out to the 48. Reddick in the first half was 11 of 14 for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. And we haven't seen him run at all tonight.
Well, I tell you what, he has really picked his spots when he delivers the ball to his checkoffs. I mean, this kid is just a cerebral nature quarterback. He reminds me a lot of Matty Mark.
Handoff short. Nice block. 35-30 and down near the 28-yard line.
Brandon Short on the carry.
No, you notice how Short keeps his pad level square as he starts to square up to the line of scrimmage to go for positive yards. I mean, great pad level, and then he explodes right through the gap right there and just continues to put the pressure on the defense.
Now, big credit to Lucas Lombardo. He's the right guard that pulled on the play, got out in front, and leveled a defender about 10 yards downfield. Swing pass out and complete. Short gain. That looked like Adam Duncan on the reception.
Adam Duncan. Stop was made by Aaron Roberts.
First catch of the night by Duncan. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 6:15 to go in the third. 35-7 Lake with the lead. Reddick out of the gun again. Short gets the call. Had some running room inside the 20, short of the first down.
Brandon Short, the ball carrier.
Again, even when he's cut down, Norm, you see him stretching forward for positive yards. Rarely do we see this young man, go backwards.
5'10", 205 is Brandon Short. He's a junior. You know, Jared Reddick's got a brother, Jacob, who's the backup quarterback. He's a sophomore. Don't be surprised if we see him tonight. Short, behind the block of Lombardo, close to a first down.
Like he's going to have enough for the first down, but Norm, great patience right there. Good vision. You see Short allowing the blocks to materialize up the field, but he sticks his foot into the ground and he cuts it to daylight to maximize his gain.
Well, Lombardo, the right guard, 210, or I'm sorry, he's 5'10 and 201, and he is quick. I mean, he will really get out there when you pull him on a running play. Reddick juggled it initially. Look at him get out of trouble. Going to throw on the run, going to throw it away. There's a veteran play. You don't see a lot of high school quarterbacks at this level that will give up on a play, throw it away, and say, let's just go get him on the next down.
Exactly. This kid's been there, and he's really, this offense has grown and it's started to really take off under his tutelage. But I tell you what, good job right there by the Lake offensive line. You see him max protect. They keep Short in to max protect. Did a good job at blocking for him. Smart play, throwing it away, live to fight another down.
Well, they did get some penetration on that play, but Reddick maneuvered his way out of it. There's that bubble screen again, Bowen. Nice defensive play.
Oh, great open field tackle. Number 88, Colin Kitchen, cuts the ball carrier down.
They've snuffed out that bubble screen all night. They haven't really, Lake hasn't really gotten much out of that all night long.
But you really have to block it well up front with the wide receivers if you're going to throw that bubble screen, especially on the outside. That outside receiver has to slam down and really get that first defender. And I tell you what, the DBs for Otsego is doing a great job at reading that and at reacting to the football.
Well, if you're Otsego defense, don't ease up, even on 3rd and 12. Reddick under pressure. Look at him get out of the way. Now he's got plenty of time, and he's going to take off. But a good defensive play, hauling him down.
But that has
looked like Paul Glasdorf on the, or Glasford on the tackle.
But the pressure that forces him out the pocket, it looks like he's going to be sacked for a loss, Norm. But look at the sweet feet of this kid Reddick as he gets away from pressure. This kid has the ability, uncanny ability, to slip away from oncoming traffic and getting his way to pay dirt.
That may have been number 20, Tersha, on that tackle. 4th down, they're going to go for it. 4th and 8. Under pressure again. They roll out and throws. Got a man in the end zone, touchdown. 14-yard strike, Reddick to Greenlees.
But I tell you what, offensively, football 101, this is an absolute clinic right there. Reddick sits back in the pocket. They send a spy. The linebacker is the spy. And what he does is he allows Greenlee, he runs what we call a post route. He just runs a post right into the end zone. Reddick sees him. The area that the defender vacated, he threw the football in. Another touchdown strike.
That's number 4, 2 of them to Greenlees. Extra point is good. So with 4:05 to go in the 3rd, it's Lake 42, Otsego 7. We'll be back. It's the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Lake Flyers to kick off with 4:05 to go in the 3rd. 42-7, the Flyers with the lead. Squib kick going to bounce down. Taken by Soto at the 15. Dances his way up to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. All right, big thanks to IBW Local 8, one of our sponsors tonight, along with UA Local 50, Pub 51 on Woodville Road. And a special thanks to Pub 51 for bringing the Lake students in with their own station on ToledoSportsNetwork.com. TAS Electronics, Burger Bar 419, Genoa Bank, all sponsors tonight. Genoa Napa Auto Parts, your local auto store located on State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your car for the upcoming winter at Napa. We have everything you need from antifreeze to wiper blades, 419-855-7748. And I need wiper blades. And that's where I usually go. Just not to the one in Genoa because I don't live out there.
That's a long way.
First down.
But I'm sure we'll be out there a couple times this football season.
Soto, the ball carrier. We'll get about 4 to the 30.
Brings up a second down and 6.
Also, don't forget if you have or you're planning an upcoming wedding, you need a DJ for any events, holiday events, give Mike Jameson a call with creative video imagery, 419-514-1302. On second down, that's Tertia. Back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, he can even put together a live band for you if you want a live band. He's that kind of guy.
You know anybody that plays in a live band?
I do. I happen to. Funny how that works, huh?
Are you stumping over here, Steve?
No, not this time.
Okay, all right.
Not this time.
Just checking.
Not this time.
If you need a pro wrestling event for your party too, we can hook that up too.
Yeah, we can take care of those needs too.
Third down and 6 for the Knights. They have to get something going here. Swing it out, throw, incomplete. Oh. Catchable ball for Brendan Shaw.
Shaw's got to bring that in. He has to bring that in. Colton Batten did a good job at pump faking it, making the defense react. He was reading short. He saw it wasn't there. That kid did a good job at pulling it down, going to a second read, and throwing a strike. He's got to pull that in.
And nobody feels worse than Shaw does right now. But with this offense too, you don't get a lot of reps. You know, I think that's his first target, and we're almost at the end of the third quarter.
This offense is designed to run the football, and
here's the punt. Walters. Another fair catch at the 39. So that's where the Flyers will set up first and 10 at minute 6 to go in the third. Lake 42 and Otsego 7. The Flyers 3-0 coming in with wins over St. Joe Central Catholic, at rivalry with Northwood, and a win at Otsego last week. Or a win at Ottawa Hills, I should say, last week. Got Woodmore next week, and then 2 weeks from tonight, Eastwood, followed by Genoa. Handoff, short right side, into the secondary. First down, Flyers. Look at him churning, breaking tackles all the way down to the 35.
Brandon Short this time tries the right side, but I tell you, Norm, when he runs with abandon, and when he hits the pile normally moves.
Steve, and this is a 42-7 game, and Short's running like that. I mean, that's impressive.
That is very impressive.
All right, we got an injured Knight on the field.
Is that any better?
Looks like a cramp.
Is that any better for the
Tonight's 50-50 winner
TV?
is Jason
Nope.
Langemeyer.
Boy, if you're Otsego, boy, you have to be thinking, oh boy, here it goes again.
Yep, just a cramp.
After opening up against Evergreen with a tough 22-20 loss, they went to Wayne Trace and had it handed to him pretty good. And then Bowling Green, it's a pretty talented team, drops 42 on them. And then here you have Lake. And things doesn't get any easier as you start to look down the road. You have Genoa and then Eastwood. So,
You know, it's a young football team, but it's historically a good program. And when you're building with young players, you're going to take your lumps sometimes. Up the middle inside the 30 to the 29.
Blake Osborne on the carry.
Looks like Blake Osborne into the game. He's a freshman.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that'll end the third quarter. We'll take time and come back. It's Lake 42, Otsego 7. And you're watching the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13. Dylan O'Quinn into the game for the Flyers. Now we're going to see the second teamers. Austin Roos, the ball carrier.
First and 10, Lake.
Dylan O'Quinn, a freshman quarterback. 6'3", 200. I mean, good size for this kid.
So it's O'Quinn out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Osborne right side. Osborne will pick up 3.
Boy, after going, Osborne goes airborne.
Second down and 7 from the Otsego 21-yard line.
Well, and this is a time for the second teamers to shine. I mean, you get playing time. What do you want to do, Steve?
What you want to do? It's what everybody else has been doing.
You want to put the ball in the end zone, absolutely. So you can't ask them not to. You want to run your offense. You want to get your guys time because you never know when you might get injuries. O'Quinn will hand it off. Roos, left side, close to a first down.
Austin Roos, the ball carrier.
Austin Roos, back up, running back, but you see the experience in Roos. He's a senior running back. You can tell he's run the football before as he spun out of that and run the daylight.
Well, I see familiar last names from the time I went to Lake. And I don't know for sure who's related, if they are.
But Pennington had a brother here.
I would bet you anything I went to high school with Zach Greenlee's dad and his mom. On 3rd and short, we'll see if, nope, they're going to say Osborne short. Pennington, there was one ahead of me and one behind me.
It seems to be always another Pennington. Kind of like at Genoa, there's always another Nutter.
Right.
You know. This is the most deliberate drive that we've seen employed by the Lake Flyers tonight.
Now 4th and about a yard, and that'll be enough for the first down.
Austin Roos, the ball carrier.
Roos is going to pick up 4. And of course, we're in a running clock situation here. I think when it's 30 or more, it goes to a running clock.
And the Flyers don't seem to be in any hurry at all. They're definitely in clock management mode.
Well, they're gonna run their offense too. I mean, you want to get your guys reps. You want to get them game action. You want to get them comfortable because you never know when you might get called on. And in football, you're always going to have some injuries.
Pennington cut down.
That's Marty Pennington.
Brendan Eisenhower, the ball carrier. Excuse me, Marty Pennington, the ball carrier.
May have lost a yard. Let's see where they mark it. Nope, going to be a holding call on the Flyers anyway, so this will come back. Well, when I went to Lake, there was the school nurse was a Pennington.
So there have been Penningtons for years.
There have been Penningtons for years, yes. No question. So I'll mark it back to the 21. And it's 1st and goal from the 21. Handoff. Roos inside the 10. Down near the 6-yard line.
You know, Roos is just such a headsy ball player. I mean, you can tell he's been around this football program for a round. He may not be a starter, but he knows how to run the daylight. He knows how to finish off runs. And you saw Austin right there stick his head in and really try to push that power forward.
Yep, he'll take care of the ball, too. 4 carries, 31 yards. And Roos will get the call again. Got through a hole, hit at the 5.
Austin Roos, the ball carrier.
Spins his way to the 3.
Trent Setter and Trevor Tony on the stop. 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So 3rd and goal at the 3 for the Flyers. 6 minutes to go in this one. Freshman quarterback O'Quinn into the game, and Roos will get the call again. Left side, Did not get, no, second effort.
Austin Roos, the ball
Nope, did not get in.
Well, Roos trying to get to the edge. Right there, the defender did a good job at sticking his hat in there and really getting a helmet on the ball carrier. But Roos, that first guy isn't knocking him down. He's continuing to bounce off like a little pinball.
Randy Zam was out there pulling on the play, and the lead blocker. So 4th and goal with 5:11 to go. O'Quinn going to keep it himself and pushes his way into the end zone touchdown.
That's all 200 pounds of O'Quinn. He was stopped short, and actually he was stoned. But he turns and forces his way in as he keeps those legs turning.
.6'3", 200 pounds, and he's just a freshman. Wouldn't you love to have been 6'3", 200 pounds as a freshman?
I would have loved to have been 6'3" as a freshman.
As a senior.
Wow.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 4:58 to go in the game, it's Lake 49, Otsego 7. We'll be back to Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices. To do the job right, UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
Pub 51 is just a great neighborhood bar and grill. They're about as close to being all things to all people as I've seen. They have a miniature bowling league, and they take that pretty darn seriously. Oh, and a dartball league, and a cornhole league, and a pool league. They have a lot of leagues. Pub 51 has a big outdoor patio, too. Well, their pizza and food are reasonably priced, too. Give Pub 51 a try. They're on Woodville Road, just a half-mile east of the Woodville Mall.
I always thought I wanted to be on TV. I didn't think it would end my career.
You can't always stop a thief, but a security DVR from TAS in your vehicle can help you capture them. Discreet, motion activated, always vigilant. For as little as $149 installed, you get a real sense of security.
I almost got away with it.
Test Electronics. It's hot.
Burger Bar 419. Our heart is good flipping burgers and sides. It's the quality, taste, and love put into everything we serve that sets us apart from the others. It's the comfort food we were brought up on with a fresh hip twist. Simple, fresh, and delicious offerings for everyone, meat eaters and vegetarians. Our soul is our support for local business. Our fresh beef is ground by the butcher 200 feet from our front door. Burger Bar 419. Good flippin' burgers.
4:58 to go in this one. Lake 49, Otsego 7. And the Flyers will boot it away. Philip McDaniel on the return. And out to about the 28 or 29-yard line. And the clock will continue to run with the score such as it is.
Looks like we'll get a new Otsego quarterback. Will we?
Oh, probably. Would not surprise me.
Number 5, Will Varner, our freshman quarterback.
You are correct. And a little mix-up on the handoff.
Marcus Easterwood, the ball carrier for the Knights. Stop is
Gonna lose a couple.
Like,
who was that? Easterwood on the carry?
Yeah, that's who was on the carry. But like, number 86, Zach Kyle was over there. He didn't know who to tackle, whether to tackle the quarterback or the running back. So we'll have to keep prodding Norm to see if we can get some more Lake High School stories.
Well, we got 3:11 yet. So maybe. And off on second down, Easterwood again, but not much there.
Marcus Easterwood, the ball carrier.
So final reminder about our sponsors here. And we couldn't do this without you. We couldn't put it on the air without you. IBEW Local 8, also UA Local 50. Thanks to TAS Electronics, Burger Bar 419, Genoa Bank. Also Pub 51 on Woodville Road, and special thanks to Pub 51 for bringing in the Lake students with their own station on ToledoSportsNetwork.com. And also Genoa Napa Auto Parts, your local auto store located on State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your car for the upcoming winter season at Napa. They got it all from antifreeze to wiper blades, 419-855-7748. On third down, handoff left side. Dalton Limes on the carry. And he'll pick up about 6.
Benson on the stop for Lake. Brings up a 4th down and 6 for Otsego.
And that'll make it 4th down. We're under 2 minutes to go.
The concession stand now has hot dogs on sale.
And one more time, don't forget, if you need a DJ for your event, or you need videotaping for an upcoming wedding or holiday event, nobody does it better than Mike Jameson and Creative Video Imagery, 419-514-1302. Or just go to the ToledoSportsNetwork.com and you'll find the link, I'm sure. Punt it away, gonna let it roll. It'll go out of bounds near the 30-yard line with 1:21 to go.
Varney's punt goes out of bounds at the Lake 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Flyers.
Well, it's pretty easy to see that the Lake Flyers are at one of the top 3 in the Northern Buckeye Conference. We'll find out who's the best when it becomes either Lake against Eastwood and or Genoa.
That 3-game round.
And Genoa against Eastwood. So in those 3 tangle, you're going to find out who wins the Northern Buckeye Conference.
It'll be a 3-game round robin, and Lake seems to have all of the chips in the right places to be able to make a run for those two who have dominated Genoa. Eastwood has got a championship. Actually, Eastwood won the first Northern Buckeye Conference championship, ending Genoa's long 55, 56-game home winning streak. So we'll get a chance to see if Lake can throw its hat in the ring this year.
Well, I talked to Coach Mark Evans a little bit before the game, the Lake coach, and he joked to me that he's got such great kids. He said his wife could coach this team. And when I chuckled a little bit, he said, "Don't laugh. She knows a lot about football."
Well, I tell you what, he came in here a couple of years ago with a plan, and he's really instituted this program, and really you could see his handprints all over this program, and they definitely got it going in the right direction, Norm.
Well, that's the final kneel down, and that will end this one as the Flyers will go to 4-0. They have now racked up on the season by my count here, 195 points in 4 weeks. while yielding only 35. Otsego drops to 0-4, and the young team will go back to work next week.
195 points in 4 games. That's just under 50 points a game. I mean, these guys are really putting up points in bunches, and we saw the display again tonight. They can hurt you so many different ways, throwing the football, that you almost forget about how well they can run the football with Brandon Short.
So your final score, Lake 49, Otsego 7. We'll be back to wrap it up. You're watching the Toledo Sports Network and CW 13.
You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons is your gateway to great food and fun. A tropical-themed restaurant that offers a unique dining experience where you create your own stir-fry from your choice of meats, seafoods, veggies, seasonings, and our signature sauces. The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons, a touch of the islands right here in Toledo. Join us for lunch and dinner. The Blue Pacific Grill, Levis Commons, Perrysburg.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladio.
Gladio Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladio is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladio Home Center.
You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
Everyone knows Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Or did he? Turns out a man named Antonio Mucci actually made the first telephone. Mucci never paid the $10 fee to claim his patent on the phone. And 11 years later, Alexander Graham Bell filed his patent for the phone. Mucci died penniless and forgotten. Do you have a great idea? Call Fraser, Clemens, Martin, and Miller to protect your idea with a trademark, patent, or copyright. Don't let someone else benefit from your idea. Protect it today.
Do your utility bills have you down? Get out from under those heavy bills with new windows from Dunright Building Services. New windows from Dunright can change the vision of your home both inside and out. And right now, for a limited time only, you can get any white double-hung standard window for only $179 each. Remember, for a job done right, you better call Dunright.
New home, same address. It starts with new windows. Call us at Dunright Building Services today.
Back we are to wrap things up here on the Toledo Sports Network, CW13. Norm Waymer along with Steve Taylor. You probably know this guy here in the middle. Jarek Reddick, the quarterback for the Lake Flyers tonight. 4 more touchdown passes tonight, 15 and 19. First of all, you came out. You did what you had to do. You came out. You took care of business early.
Yeah, all week in practice we've been saying, first week of league, got to get at it right away. We wanted to play tough on defense, and offensively we wanted to block well, and our line did that.
Talk a little bit about this team overall, because you've been good. You made the playoffs last year. It's like you continually made steps, and now this step is, I imagine the goals are even higher.
Oh, for sure. Last year we gained a lot of experience, and we have a lot of guys back from last year. So this year, all summer, we've been focused on NBC champions. So that's the goal this year.
Talked to the coach too before the game. He said I love this team. They're great kids. You got guys that work hard. They got you a lot of tools. You got a lot of tools to play with this year.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've grown up with these guys my whole life since 5th grade. We've all been together. We just gel. It's just a great thing. It's great.
Steve?
Talk about your progression as a player. I mean, I've watched you since your freshman year. Talk about the sacrifices that you've had to make to become the type of player that you are right now.
Oh, for sure. Every summer since freshman year, I've devoted myself to footwork because footwork makes your arm go, and that's what I've done every summer.
Absolutely. That's what we talked about, in particular, your mechanics, your footwork, how the ball comes out, how you plant your foot towards your target. Man, you're looking good, man, and great things. The sky's the limit for your Lake Flyers this year.
Yes, sir. I mean, I have great coaches. I have great teams, so everything just works out well for me.
You know, one of the things that we pointed out, too, in one of the plays, there were so many impressive plays, but one was just simply throwing the ball away. How difficult is that as a quarterback with your progression to get to the point where you say, you know, nothing's here, I'm just going to throw it away, we're going to go get them the next down?
For sure. I mean, freshman, sophomore year, I always wanted to get that extra yard or whatnot, and then I've learned that I can't put my body out there like that, so throwing it away and living another down's a good thing.
The pocket awareness, where does that come from? Is it just kind of an extra sense, or is there anything you do to get better at that?
Well, first, I think it's just trusting my linemen. That's key, and then I've been here for 4 years now, so that experience with that has helped.
Because it seems like even if you're not quite looking, you got a sense of where the rush is coming from.
For sure. I mean, we practice it every day. I mean, I know where guys are coming from, who's left open, so I can make plays off him.
How much is this just a workman-like effort where you just every day you just like you're packing your lunch pail and you're going to work?
For sure. We know if we want to be NBC champs, we got to come to work every day, and we grind.
And you can't look too far down the schedule because 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you got big games and you got games before that.
Exactly. Our goal every day is to win the day, one day at a time.
Jared, thank you. Appreciate it very much. 4 more touchdowns for this guy tonight, Jared Reddick, and a 49-7 win over Otsego. We'll let you go. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We'll see him again along the line, Steve. I'm sure of that.
We definitely will. I mean, here's a kid that totally gets it, and we talked about his pocket awareness and the thing that we talked about in the telecast, how he's grown as a player. We saw how he would throw the ball away to live to fight another down. I've seen in the past where he would try to make that extra yard and he would put himself in harm's way. Well, he understands how important he is to this team, and he has to stay healthy. So he has to stay out of harm's way.
Yeah, and when you get in those big games, you got Eastwood coming up in 2 weeks, got Genoa coming up in 3 weeks, and quite frankly, those 2 games are going to decide who wins that Northern Buckeye Conference. You win those 2 games, you are totally in the driver's seat. And basically, you would have to lose twice not to win the league. Their goals are so high now, there's almost no margin for error.
Yeah, their goals are lofty, but Norm, they put themselves in this position. They're accustomed to winning. They're accustomed to accomplishing big things. Now what they have to do is look at the next step is climbing that hurdle. That's going to be Eastwood first, then we're going to see Genoa. But they understand one game at a time, one game at a time.
You know, and off camera, I was talking to Jared just a little bit because I shook his hand and I said, class of 1982, and of course he's class of 2015. But I said, have you verbaled anywhere yet? Because I know that Finley had offered, and he said yes to Finley. And I said, you know, and you would probably agree with this. I think he could play Division I if somebody would give him the shot. But he said to me, you know what he said to me? He said my goal all along was just to play football and get my school paid for. And that's just a wonderful way of looking at it.
But to watch this kid just grow up before our eyes. I mean, I remember when he and I were walking across for this interview, and we talked about when he was backing up Nate Pennington. And so I've seen the development of this kid for the last 4 years. I mean, he's grown now, and he's a big, strong kid. This kid, the sky's the limit for not just him, this Lake Flyer team.
Because obviously, too, Finley is a terrific program to go and play for as well, too. So you know the goal. The goal is to win the league, get to the playoffs, and do damage.
And that's what they're going to try to do. Next step, it'll be Eastwood.
And hopefully we're back and we're maybe broadcasting one of those games too. So we'll wrap things up here from Otsego. Lake, your winner tonight over the Otsego Knights by the score of 49-7. For Steve Taylor, I'm Norm Waymer. You've been watching the Toledo Sports Network and CW13.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part. And well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
Graymont in Genoa, producers of Doclamide lime and hydrate, serving the community for over 90 years. The plant currently has 60 employees. The safety and development of these employees is a focus for your plant. Over 80% of our employees currently live within 11 miles of the plant. Graymont. For more information about this company, you can check us out on the web at www.graymont.com.
Hey golfers, come play Toledo's premier public golf course. Heather Downs Country Club is where you belong in 2014. Heather Downs is a beautiful 18-hole layout with stunning views and ideal conditions. Tee times are available 7 days a week with great rates. Want to work on your game? Our driving range and practice center is the best place to groove your swing. Try individual lessons with golf director Dan Sutton. Clinics are forming now. Go to heatherdowns.com or call 419-385-0248. Heather Downs Country Club, where you belong in 2014.
Conveniently located in downtown Rossford, Ohio, the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy is there to serve your estate, business, and litigation needs. Heben, Summer, and Murphy is a proud sponsor of Rossford Athletics. Contact the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy at 419-662-3100 or on the net at www.hsm-law.net. Go Bulldogs! Now is a great time to look at your lawn and decide it's time to make it look fantastic. Simply Green Lawn Service is a locally owned company that specializes in lawn care, with lawn fertilization, all phosphorus free, to crabgrass and weed control, grub control, and aeration, all part of the Simple Green program. 419-697-LAWN is the call to make any time of the year. Simply Green Lawn Services. Hope you're enjoying the game today. Hi, I'm Mike Jameson, president of ToledoSportsNetwork.com. Now, Channel 13 and the wonderful people here are bringing some great games to you each and every week. And we'd love to make your company part of what we're putting together here. We've got the reach and we've got the ability to get you out at a reasonable cost so that all of these wonderful people can talk about your business, whether it's on the internet, on live television, or live internet. You can give us a call at 419-514-1302. Let us spotlight what you have here with all of our unbelievable packages that we have. And we make it very cost effective for even the smallest business. Creative Video Imagery and the Toledo Sports Network is proud to bring you this game right here on 13.2, the Live Well Network.